Well then, here we are. It's been a long road to get to this point, but we're finally here. The caravan is at a point where we are very happy to actually show you it. Yes, it's been about 5 months now since we went all the way up to North Wales to go and pick it up on the back of the Renault, and subsequently that broke. But our little pink caravan was here and we absolutely adored it. But quite a lot has changed since we initially bought it. And if you've been keeping up with our little series on it, you'll have seen many of those changes. But as the caravan is now at a point where we can take it to shows behind this and the Fiat as well, respectively, it doesn't make sense to really hold it off much longer. I think now is a perfect time to show you. So let's go and have a look at our caravan. I'm Jake.
I'm Genevieve.
And this was our tiny caravan when we bought her back in January.
We couldn't wait for her to join us on adventures, but let's face it, she needed quite a bit of love before she was adventure worthy. Over the past few months, we have spent countless hours pouring our hearts into this project.
But now, finally, after 19 long weeks, we are ready to show that all of the hard work has paid off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, say hello to our fully refurbished and restored Trident Companion micro caravan.
We just hope you love her as much as we do.
The hours working on this thing have been absolutely immense. I cannot put into words how much time and effort and probably money has been thrown at this to make it look like this, but seriously, I'm so happy with the end result of this. This looks fantastic. So the colour we've gone for, as many of you have probably sort of worked out already, it matches the Mini Henley Blue from the 90s. I think it looks fantastic on this. It doesn't look too dissimilar to one of the original colours available on the Trident Companion. But also, if you have a look, turn this round, here's our little front box with all the electrics in. It's still a tiny bit of a mess, tiny bit of cleaning left to do, but we've got our little water pump, locking hitch, a little thermostat for this fan in here, which isn't quite wired up yet, but we're not too worried about that just at this point. Battery located in here with a tray which I've made and switched all and everything, and I think it looks brilliant. We've even got our little mains socket or shoreline, depending on what walk of life you come from, want to call it. But yes, down here, probably the thing I'm happiest with, the little aluminium plating. I think that looks superb, and it doesn't do much practically, apart from maybe offer a place to put a drink or food if you sat out front with it, but I think it just adds that little bit extra and looks that little bit nicer than it would have done just left bare. But on the outside still, we've got all these graphics. This has been named Trixie, because why not? Trixie is a lovely name for a Trident Companion. I think Genevieve agrees with that. She's nodding behind the camera. But yes, look on the side, we've got all the fuel power graphics just there. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. So it's really going to stand out at the shows. I mean, let's put it this way. Tiny little caravan is going to stand out anyway, especially when it's in combination with the Mini. But I think you can't see the Mini from there. Oh, well, come around here. You can see the Mini with the blue. Yes, if we have a look around it, it'll really stand out at the shows. I think it's going to just be superb. We've got the plate ready for the Mini as well for towing it to retro rides this very weekend. So if you're there, don't be a stranger. Feel free to come over and say hi to us. Still a couple of tiny little things to do this week, but we just don't have time because we're both not going to be together until the Friday when we actually go to retro ride. So we've still got to put the number plate light on yet. But for those of you who are in the know, these are from a Mini rear number plate light, which just like I've got on Mini over there. Still waiting on a graphic to arrive for this, so that'll look really good on there when it finally arrives. But yeah, on the exterior, new wheels. Those are a birthday present to Genevieve from her dad, so thank you very much, Ian, for those. And of course, new wheels and everything. The chassis has been powder coated to within an inch of its life, and quite frankly, I think that looks amazing. It's the best thing about it. Looks brilliant. I mean, personally, I'm pretty pleased with the paint. I've got a video coming up on some of the other things we have done to this, but as I already said in the Mini, not really worth holding it off much longer, to be perfectly honest. It's all going to take time, and with this going to shows, you're going to see it before you see the videos otherwise. So I painted the blue on here, and I just think it looks brilliant. The colour of it really suits this caravan. But yeah, that's the outside. Oh yes, let's show around there. Sorry, this video is very rough and very raw, but we've got the electrical socket just in here. This is a brand new one. These holes are already drilled prior to us actually having the caravan, so we just kept these because it made sense. 12-volt socket there, power for that's located inside. We've even got an extra one just down here for our fridge, so just plug it into there, and we've got some awning up at the back that'll plug into there, and maybe have a fridge outside. I don't know. I'm really pleased with it though. I think it looks superb. There's still a tiny bit of work to do on the window just here, but this is not going to fall out now because it's all bolted in. But yeah. Oh yes, also new locks. You'll have seen those in the previous video. Other than that, graphics, looks, it's also clean. No flowery graphics on here, so it's definitely a lot less mystery machine than it once was. But I cannot state how happy I am with this. I think the end result is superb, and the inside looks, quite frankly, even better. So, shall we go and have a look at that?
That was very space age. Hello, and welcome to the inside. So, I think it's fair to say some things have changed in here, don't you think?
Dramatically.
Yes. Yeah, nothing from in here is the same anymore. We completely stripped the caravan bare, as you will have seen, and built it back up from the bottom, including adding some insulation underneath this lovely lino. So it's a layer of insulation and then a layer of ply and then the lino on the top, which actually keeps quite a nice level of warmth in there. And bearing in mind it's a small caravan, obviously it can maintain the heat quite well and retain the heat. That was the word I was looking for. You've got our seats. In fact, actually that's a lie. One thing is original. One of these, I can't remember which one of these bits of wood is the original ones. But the other one was replaced. And we have painted them so they're black and they're just a little bit, I don't know, cleaner lines, is that the word that you could go for? Jake's mum and I have completely reupholstered all the cushions, so you've got the one there with our little cat friend who we bought in IKEA, living at the end there, and then obviously you've got the one bench there and the other bench on the other side, which looks the same, and then you use those two cushions and two more to make a bed, which I'm sure we can show you at some point, but not right now because tea is calling soon. We've added a little panel of the same fabric across the back to protect our heads from, let's go in, to protect our heads from the bolts which have the handles on the other side, and also to just generally protect it from this kind of lip that goes underneath as well. My favourite part are the curtains. Now, we picked the Mr. Men fabric because it wasn't flowery, but it kept to the sort of 70s, 80s theme of what you would have, and I think it's just really fun. And although I did have a bit more of a say on some of the things in the interior, I did consult Jake and he was very happy with these as well. And again, Jake's mum and I made these. She's very, very handy with the sewing machine and taught the very, very much beginner me how to do these things, which is very kind of her. We have, can I go around here? We have built a new cupboard to house the sink. Thank you, Jake. I've got very hairy hands all of a sudden.
I'm Genevieve.
This one is just a little cupboard. The circuit breaker for the
main electrics, which isn't in at the minute,
is going to go in there, and there's just a couple of caravan club membership things and a map in there. We've added a little bit of mosquito net just to stop any bugs and creepy crawly things coming in that we don't want in there as well. And then on this side is the Dropsy soap and our little sink that was in there before, and now it actually does connect to the waist, and we could actually use it if we wanted to. And also, can I just come back to this? Thank you to Matt for unwillingly giving us your washing up liquid.
Yes, Matt Pink. He's featured, or his cars have featured on the channel recently, but not so much him.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Maybe
one day. We also have the tap, obviously, up here, and the pin that your mum took out earlier, which obviously connects to the sink.
Seeking sponsorship, obviously.
Yep, if you're watching Old Moot, go for it. We picked this up at, was it Bewley?
The Wilson Dorset car show.
Oh, Wilson Dorset. I knew it was something.
Year, yeah.
But actually, the colours go really well, and it's actually fits perfectly in here. And obviously, with the sink, it kind of makes a little bit of a drying rack as well. We have another. Oh, I gave away a surprise then. We have another bit of Mr. Man. We have another bit of Mr. Men material here to make a blind, which just last night, so this is the Monday before we go to retro rides on Friday.
You're watching this on Thursday evening.
Yeah, I decided that we should, well, Jake decided we should have a mosquito net, and I decided it should be edged, and I was much the hatred of Jake's mum for about 20 minutes. Until she managed to get it sorted, and this morning we woke up to this wonderful bit of mosquito net ready to go on the window. This evening I have attached it to the walls with some magnets, just like that.
In here though, little mug storage and remote.
Yep, and the remotes will reveal all in a minute. Can I twiddle you around without minding the corners? Some of the corners have still got a little bit of silicone in them just to, you know, make them...
This is very much a rough video.
Yes. We've got a few marks here and there, but in here will be, as you can see from the little gas connector, will be where the cooker is stored, and we will be able to use it when we've got to that point. However, at the moment we're going to be just using it outside.
I'll just add with that though, it means then that if we want to have the cooker in here, we just connect it up here and the gas is outside somewhere near the front. And if we're cooking outside, we just connect it direct up to the gas cylinder. So it works both ways, and we basically have a bit more freedom with the stove then.
Yeah, I think the last thing to point out, aside from the epic handle that we've got on our tailgate,
3D printed, of course.
Yep.
Everything's
and
3D printed.
The curtains are
like that.
the other thing to point out is some of Jake's very good handiwork that is almost invisible in the caravan, except you will see it in little pockets like this, and it's rather a lot of electric cables.
Still a mess, but we're working on it.
Yes, it's a bit messy, but it will do.
It's enough for this weekend.
So
we'll tidy up later.
It will, all of those things in these little kind of cubby holes, power all of the lights, and there are a lot of them. So we have these lovely little touch ones. So we've got one here, one above the main sort of sleeping and dining area,
which you can't see on camera because it's too bright. But
oh, is it too bright?
Yeah.
There you go. One above the main sleeping and like dining area, and one here above the sink.
They're quite bright, and because Genevieve's inside the caravan, we've also got two up here, one there, one there. The power of the sun.
Yep,
so it means if we stood out here in the evenings cooking, or just got the chairs out or something, or even got awning up and around here, we're all set up. We've got lights.
We also have some little ones in the cubbies here on that side and on that side. This is a good test for me to know which light switches are what.
Yeah.
And let's save a bit of battery and turn them all back off. We also have some 240 volt normal like household plugs as well.
With USBs.
Which we'll obviously be able to use if we've got an electric hookup somewhere, which we probably won't at most shows, but if we're away on holiday or something, then we will be able to. We have our little 12 volt. Oh,
I'll hand that to you.
12 volt sockets up here, and one on that side as well. Excuse these little bits, they're where hooks used to be, and we just need to paint over them, but they don't affect
put the hooks back or something. We haven't
we
decided
don't need
yet.
the hooks, I don't think, but yeah.
We've got enough storage.
yeah, talking of storage, I suppose just very quickly before I move on to the piece de resistance, I've just bought some of these little kind of flexi tub basket things from B&M, I think, and they just fit really perfectly under there. You can't even see them, and obviously when the cushion's down, when the bench is down, you can't see it at all. But it just means that we've got a little bit of extra storage in this very tiny caravan. We also have two under here, which I think we'll just have to use not like that. For some reason that one's now caught on the gas tap, that's a bit annoying. But just like that, but it can just be something to put a little something or other in. Yeah, the last little bit that I'm going to show you, oh, no, I'm not. So the next bit I'm going to show you is the fan.
Controlled by that switch there, and that controls the speed, so power.
And Jake made this himself, he was very clever.
Oh yeah, I'm really pleased with that. £3 on eBay for that little controller.
That's quite pricey. Yeah, so let's get to the last and the most exciting thing that I know Jake is as excited about as I am. So we'll show you inside because it's probably dark enough. Yep. These are some more lights.
Mood lighting, yeah. Come on, admit that's cool.
And that's what these little remotes are for. So in fact we can change the colours potentially to red, or they could strobe lighting, just a warning for anybody who may be sensitive.
Epilepsy.
You might have to put a warning in for that.
It's like a disco in here.
Exactly. Party time in the caravan. Right, let's put those back to blue. And
But there's also one other thing in here.
oh, and the little volt thing, sorry.
Yeah. Little voltmeter / battery charge level reader we've put up here. So we're just keeping an eye on how much battery usage we've got. So far we haven't used the battery all that much.
I've forgotten something.
Oh gosh, we're forgetting everything.
There's too many things.
It's like a TARDIS in here.
Talking of little meters for things, as well as the 240 volts, the USBs and the plugs and everything, we have little USBs down here. This is under the bench window, so got one on that side and also one on that side as well.
We're still waiting on the table to go in, but that'll probably be Friday, literally the day we actually go to Retro Rise before that's in. But
okay,
we shall see.
Now, it's currently about 7:25, so for this next bit, we'll have to wait about 2 hours. So, we'll see you then.
So it is now pretty dark here, and you have to admit the caravan looks extremely cosy with all the lighting going on in there. These are just the little downlights from the overhead lockery areas. There's Genevieve sat inside. We just open it up. Hello.
Hello.
Can I get an ice cream, please?
No.
Oh, it's not an ice cream van anymore because it's not pink. But yeah, it looks incredibly cozy in there, you have to admit, and just about see the blue light from the USBs. But there is one more piece to it. La pièce de résistance. Look at that! It's going to be looking absolutely fantastic on a field. And the best thing is it actually changes colour as well. So if we go around to this side is blue. This side is red. We've had to use 2 LED strips around here because we couldn't find one that was going to be long enough. But the two look extremely good. This looks almost quite sinister. You can have other colours. There's blue again. There we go, we've got green. So if you've got this behind the Renault to show in the evening, have it in green. If it's behind the Fiat, have it red. If it's behind Genevieve's Fiat, when that eventually maybe gets a tow bar, it could be a different colour. It could be orange. I think this is orange. It looks kind of greeny against the paintwork. But I am so happy with this. I think the blue looks fantastic on it. It really stands out. What do you think?
I really like it.
You like it a lot?
Yeah, it looks really good.
It does, especially from out here. I know you can't see it in there, but
I did do some little sneaky...
She stuck her head out. I think at any event or place we go to with this caravan, it's going to be the coolest thing in the camping field. Just look at it. Before we end this video though, as fantastic as all the lights are, we've also done this, and that is make a little mount here for towing mirrors for the Mini, because of course there's no way I can attach wider mirrors to these. They're way too small and oddly shaped as well. Perfect for the Mini, and obviously we've got this little tiny one here, but they're really not good enough to see behind that. That is ever so slightly wider than the Mini, so because of that I have to have slightly longer mirrors, and this was the best way of doing it. So huge mirrors on here, and all they do, if I open the door, they just clamp on over here, made to fit, I guess, over the door frame. There's tiny magnets in there, 3 of them, plus little rubber gasket, and that's what holds it on. Also you've got the door seal in here which holds it in place quite nicely. I'm pleased with that, and it will work fantastically when we're towing the caravan on Friday. And for reference, here's the passenger side. But look, I don't know how well it's showing up, but it says fuel power on there because 3D printed goodness. Why not? I'm super stoked and pleased about these. I think Genevieve can only basically tell you in uncertain terms about that. I'm really happy.
Yeah, you won't shut up about it. So, thank you for sharing this adventure with us. Obviously we haven't physically been anywhere yet, but
we haven't even towed it since the Renault brought it home.
I do think that an adventure in itself is the amount of blood, sweat and my tears that have gone into this project.
A lot of my blood's in there.
Yeah, a lot of your blood and a lot of my tears. It's been really exciting, and we have had an absolute whale of a time doing it. There has been tension, but I think
Drama.
that's the same with anything that is a major change in your life as well. Like, we've never owned anything before together.
Never owned a caravan either.
Well, no, I spent a lot of time in caravans growing up, but I've never owned it.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's just, to have this at the end of it is amazing. Like, she's so special to us, and every time something gets finished and we tick something off the list, we do this little like giddy excitement, like, oh, I can't wait for the caravan. So to have it, it's really, really fantastic. And I don't know if you want to say anything else.
Not really. I think we said everything we need to say about this, so
I just want to say one more thing though.
I'll go on then.
Just a massive thank you to everybody who has supported the caravan in messages and sending things like, oh, when's the caravan going to be revealed, or I think it's going to be blue, I think it's going to be pink, I think it's going to be orange, or whatever, because just
or
that
red,
general community interaction is amazing.
The community's been fantastic for this. It really has been. So much interest from all sides. Even at shows and events when we've gone to this year, prior to obviously revealing this,
people have asked.
Come up to it. Oh, when's it being revealed?
Yeah.
What colour is it? Don't tell me. I want to see the video.
Matt. To Jake's mum for loads of the help with the upholstery and that sort of stuff.
Yes, and to your dad for doing most of the cupboard work and basically a lot of the interior woodwork, shall we say? Yeah,
and all the carpeting up the walls and everything. We couldn't have done it without them because we don't have the skills. So thank you. Thank you also to your dad for helping with the electrics.
Yes, definitely.
And again,
I didn't know how to do
we've learnt things from that, and I think it's stuff that we will be able to pass on to people in kind of 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time, which I think is really important as well, that we've not only just got something amazing out of this, but we have actually learnt things as well.
Yeah. I mean, I've never done household type electrics before. 12 volt, yes, definitely. I did all the 12 volts without basically any assistance from anyone, really.
That's why there's so many wires everywhere.
That is why there's so many wires. Could be simpler, but hey, how it works. But yes, my dad helped me with the household type electrics in there, so yes, big thanks to him. Thank you, of course, to Matt Pink as well for finding us the metal to use for the battery tray. I think that's turned out really nicely as well.
Yep.
Something simple, but it just all adds to it.
Yep. Thank you to Trident, who are Southampton-based powder coaters, who did all the powder coating on this caravan. they are sort of friends of my dad's as well, but you know, they did an absolutely superb job. I'm using your word now.
Go for it.
And are just generally really nice people, so thank you for that as well. Is there anybody else?
Yes, thank you of course to Chris as well for making the graphics that are currently on the caravan. He works for Scratch Print Products in Andover, so go and check them out, see what you want to get done in vinyl, t-shirts or whatever.
Yep, we'll leave links to all these people below because, well, the people with businesses, because I'm sure our parents wouldn't really appreciate that very much. But just
find us on Facebook.
Yeah, but just generally,
sorry, stalk us on Facebook.
Thank you to anybody who's been a part of this, to some of the customers that I work for at the beginning of the year who have kindly provided offcuts for bits and pieces as well. If I ever go back there, I might show them this video just
go
for a
for
laugh.
I'm going to swap hands, my arm's
Sorry.
getting tired.
You're caught. We're sharing a microphone. But yeah, I think that's it. And just thank you to you.
Me? What have I done?
You've done quite a lot of work on that, so well done you.
Oh, thank you. And you've done a good job on the interior as well.
Thanks.
Certainly worked out nicely.
Right. Should we go inside now?
Yes, I think so. Thank you very much for watching the caravan. There's still a few more videos coming up on a few other little things, but as you already mentioned, better to reveal it now than have people see it at the shows and then not really be interested in any video at all.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you very much for watching.
You at shows with the caravan.
Yes.
And like Jake said earlier, please come and say hello, and you can have a little nosy if you want.
Yeah. So if you're coming to Retro Rides this very weekend, come say hello. We'll be there. Anyway, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for watching.
We're off on an adventure.
See you soon. Bye and
Farewell.
farewell.